Welcome back. I'm Dylan Black. You'll recognize this guy from the TV. Of course, he hosts with his lovely wife, of course, a show called I Married a Chef, and it airs Thursdays at 8:30 right here on Cable 22. He's also a ghostwriter. Whatever that is, we'll find out about it right now with the lovely Jon Hansen.
See, I'm used to being over there.
I know. This is
with an apron on, my hair on backwards, or my hat.
And see, now you've grown the facial hair because you don't have to worry about food products and stuff like that.
Well, and next time we do the shows, I'll have to shave. Some people like the beard because they say it covers up most of my face. So I'm not sure what that means. Should I take that the wrong way?
No, yes.
I should.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, to all of you out there who said it, that's it, I'm offended.
For starters, I Married a Chef, doing quite well, season #1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? The reaction was, first of all, the team was great here. It was fun to do it.
Yeah.
And it was great. In fact, we found it was picked up by Rogers in Mississauga. So,
wonderful.
and I'm getting calls from Winnipeg from friends who have seen the show and love it.
That's cool.
The food's good, too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, you've had it.
I have.
I mean, other than that incident with the finger thing with the shrimp.
Did you? Yeah. So yeah. Let's not talk about that.
We won't go there.
But it was still.
It was still good shrimp.
I still ate it.
Yeah.
I'm a guy, right? A ghostwriter.
Yes.
So basically, you're writing stuff for other people, and you're not telling anyone, which is kind of neat.
Okay. Well, okay.
Let's explain this.
Okay. You know, we live in a content era. You know, people need to write books, magazine articles, blog posts, even speeches.
Yeah.
But they don't have the time to do it. So
Yeah.
what they do is they'll go to a ghostwriter, and they'll hire them to write for them the book or the articles. And that's really what you do, and it appears under their name. But the key point when you're a ghostwriter is you really have to connect with your client. You have to know their story, what they want to say, how they want to say it, so it comes across as being authentic for them. And so when I do writing, I'll do a little bit of background research on a prospective client. I'll look at what they value, what they want to say, what their story is. And on that, I'll decide whether or not I want to actually take them on as a client.
Okay.
Because I have to believe what they're saying. That's the whole key. You have to really get inside their head to really present something that's authentic.
There's got to be a lot of stress to this, though. I mean, this is a job that you take on. You've got to do a lot of research, and like, where do you even begin on a certain person?
Well, you know, it's interesting. First of all, going back to what I said before, is if I do some preliminary research, if I can't make a connection with them within the first 3 to 5 minutes of doing what they want, I won't take the client, because then it becomes sort of, you can call a mechanical writing process.
Yeah.
So it does take research in terms of that. Then when you meet with them, if you get them and they like what you're saying, then the process becomes, again, that looking into what they want to say. How do you create a contextual point of reference for an audience? How do you say the message so that when somebody reads the book, it actually sounds like them? And you see, that's a key. I write for both men and women. And I write the world over. I've written books. I've written about 5 in the last couple of years. Numerous, countless articles for magazines, blog posts, even speeches. And so people will hire you to do that. And you get to know them after a while. And the majority of my clients have been with me for 6, 7, and 8 years.
It seems a little deceptive, though, especially, I mean, when you're writing magazine articles,
right,
and say you're a fan of a certain person, certain author, and it's actually you that's writing it, not that person. Doesn't that seem...
Well, that's a good question, but you know, let's put it this way: I'm still taking that person's ideas and visions.
Yeah.
That's the authenticity that I referred to at the very, very beginning. Is that if you get to know someone, they have a story to tell. Writing takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy, and you have to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
And I'm a prolific writer. I mean, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So I love doing it. But I see it as more of being the translator, the bridge between the message that they have to share and the audience that they want to reach. Now, you know, it's funny, your question about that, is it sort of like, you know, is it right? Is it sort of deceiving people?
Yeah.
My 9-year-old son came up to me not that long ago, and he said, does it bother you when a book does well that you don't get the credit for it?
Okay.
And I say, you know what? I don't mind being in the background, because the more you're able to empower somebody to tell their story and do it in a way that reflects who they are and the message that they want to get across, I think that's a powerful gift and tool. I mean, it's a privilege to be able to do that. I mean, I've written biographies, I've written books on executive coaching and branding, I've written all kinds of things for men and women. And so to be able to impart that insight into who they are and get their authentic self out there. And the biggest compliment I've ever had from all the clients is that when they meet somebody that they know who's read the book, and they say, you know, I just felt like I was sitting down having a cup of coffee with you. I made that personal connection with you. That's the greatest reward for me at this stage. I enjoy doing that. So let the fame and everything else happen. I just enjoy making people's visions and ideas and thoughts come alive in a meaningful way.
Would this be sort of like being a songwriter in a way?
You know what? That's a good comparison. I mean, let's face it, Frank Sinatra, who's one of my favorite.
Yeah, he didn't write all
He
this
didn't
stuff.
write a song, but they matched the song with the artists back then.
Yeah.
And it was until rock and roll came around where you had people writing their own music, but beforehand it was very much arranged.
Yeah.
I don't think that goes out of style. I think people, when you're a ghostwriter, you help people to focus on what their core competency is. It isn't writing, it's getting out there, meeting people, if they're selling a product or they're giving advice or they're giving direction to help people. That's their job. That's what they do best. My job is to take that information and help them to impart that.
Is it expensive to hire a person like yourself?
Well,
I mean, because that's a lot of work you're taking on, especially if you're writing novels.
Well, I'll give you an idea. I belong to the Professional Writers Association of Canada.
Okay.
I also have my press card with all these things. So I'm a writer. And there's rates that you charge. You can charge by the word. You can charge by the page. I like to charge a flat fee.
Yeah.
And a book can range, depending on the type of book, range anywhere from $12,000 to $25,000, flat fee. You get a 50% retainer up front, and the rest is paid out in installments over an 11-month period, and the book's usually finished within 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
And you can, of course, make royalty arrangements. I stay away from that.
Yeah.
Simply because, you know, I'm more interested in being able to put out a story for people and do the job right, and not worry about, well, I got to write to see if I can make money off the book.
I get you.
I want to keep the purity of the process. I don't know if that's the right term, but that's
the
the way I
of the
look
process.
at it.
I like that.
The purity of the process, the creative process.
Ghostwriterauthor.com if people want to, I guess, find out more about you or
Yes.
perhaps even enlist your services.
Absolutely, and you know what we do and what's funny is most of my clients come through all referrals. There's this underground network of people.
Yeah, it's good to network.
And they keep talking, and they refer you to it. It's like, and I was kidding, we don't really meet in an alley after midnight.
Probably, well, with that beard and hat, you could meet anyone.
Now,
you
wait a
want.
second, you told me I looked good
We
with the
gotta
beard
go.
and hat.
You look amazing, Jon Hansen.
Okay.
That's one handsome guy. How about this? The White Cafe and Dog Lounge and the cutest little doggy you've ever seen named Potamus going to be joining us next on Daytime.